Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and as per usual with this project, I have no idea what's going on right now. It has been so incredibly long since I actually recorded this video, because this is a post-commentary project. Let's see here, it is currently February 2nd, 2014, and I want to say that this was recorded at least like mid-fall. So it's been like 3 or 4 months since I've recorded and edited this part. So yeah, I have no idea where we are in the story, and it's also been like a month since I recorded the last Final Fantasy II video commentary and all, and edited it and put it together and actually uploaded it. Because this project kind of went on a hiatus so that I could finish Banjo-Tooie, which I did do finally over my winter break, and then winter break ended about a month ago, and even after the extension, yeah. So yeah, I finished a Banjo-Tooie, luckily enough, so that's one of the 2 games that have lasted much too long on my channel, and this is the other one. Even though I had an extra week to record stuff, I opted not to record this game just because, you know what, I really felt like playing another game, and I did. So I actually have a full other Let's Play recorded and ready to go. It's just a matter of me editing it, putting it together, and actually uploading it. So I'm hoping I'll get off my lazy butt and actually do that, and we can have that in the meantime while school's making me too busy to do other Let's Play projects. Also, since it's the weekend, I plan on recording like 3 Final Fantasy II videos so I can just like have them ready and upload them throughout the week, as well as have hopefully some of that other Let's Play ready to go. So here we are in I want to say that this is the Mysterious Island or whatever, the Tropical Isle or something like that. And this place is a humongous maze, which is really annoying. We have some new enemies, parasites and whatnot. They do stuff pretty self-explanatory, I think. They take some MP when they damage you. That's about it. The Marlboros, I think these Marlboros have the bad breath attack. I know later ones do, that's what they're famous for. But I don't remember whether these first ones do or not. And I just hit the mic, I'm sorry for that. There we got the Black Garb, which raises defense and agility, which is pretty nice. Gonna go ahead and give that to Farion, because he's our main man. Gonna look around here a bit. I believe this dungeon has quite a number of hidden passageways. And, oh wow, humongous cut. Okay, well that's a dead-end room. I think I might have accidentally cut out a little bit too much when I was editing out a battle or something like that. But luckily it doesn't seem like we missed out too much. I think we're still on the same floor that we were on before. So here we are. No, it's another Farion. Hello. And the Defiled Heart, okay. So yeah, they just throw this at you and you're like, what do I do? And well, for whatever reason you have to place the black mask on it and it will disappear. So there you go. It vanishes now. And except no, it didn't, because it's still in our inventory. It said that the black mask vanished, but no, there it is right there. Oh, this is the Cave of Mysidia. Yeah, the Tropical Isle is the cave that we were in last time. But yeah, this place, humongous maze, a couple secret passages, and one thing to note is that in one of the secret passages in this cave is a weapon called the Blood Sword, which is actually a really, really good weapon to have. I think it does damage based on how much HP the enemy has, max HP. So the more HP they have, the more damage you'll do. And it'll also heal you up as well, unless the enemy's undead. Then it'll heal up the enemy and deal damage to you. But as long as the enemy's not undead, it's a pretty awesome weapon. And it just seems to do a lot of damage. It seems like it's the best weapon in the game, pretty much. Okay, so now we're starting to throw water in here, although that really doesn't do anything at all. Yeah, see, the only way to access that section is through a secret passage like that right there. And we get the ice bow, which I believe we already have for Maria. So that's really nothing of interest. But yeah, just secret passages like that. You're going to want to check all the walls that you can. Luckily, it's only the side walls. You can tell pretty easily whether it's a front wall or not. As you can see, the full wall itself. Okay, so there aren't too many new enemies in this cave, as it appears. We haven't done any random battles at all, but we do have another treasure chest, the Ogre Killer, which was also had some enemies, and Maria managed to get stoned during the battle. Way to go. But the Ogre Killer, that is an axe that deals more damage to giant enemies, or something like that. So that's pretty good for Guy, although I think we already have better stuff for him considering I didn't equip it. And yet another one of these annoying dead-end encounter rooms. Okay, leaving that room now, we can wrap around here, and hopefully this is the door I want. Indeed it is. Alright. Ah, my throat. We've only been recording for 5 minutes, and already my throat's like, ah. Ah well. Perhaps I shouldn't record after eating dinner so soon. Okay, here we have the yellow souls and the red souls. I believe that they absorb all magic, which is bad because we also have the yellow jellies in the back there, which are only damaged by magic. And, well, they use magic spells on everybody, take a lot of time, deal minimal damage, really. But they do take quite a bit from physical attacks, so... And they have very low HP, if I remember correctly, so just smack them around a little bit. Furion will freaking destroy them. There's one thing that I still remember, how freaking powerful he is. And Guy's actually doing quite a bit of damage, despite the past couple parts him being kind of crappy for whatever reason. And Maria actually did quite a bit, too. Okay, so now we can just get rid of this red soul, and now that's just a matter of the jellies, who are now going to pretty much block all of my physical attacks. We're going to have to use a magic spell on them. Oh wait, Maria actually took one down. Alright, let's see if I can't cut through his defense. There we go. So they don't always absorb all the damage. You might get some damage off if you want, but magic's really the consistent way to go in beating them. That's the word I want to use. But if you're feeling lucky, or if you don't mind taking a little bit of extra damage, which honestly, those guys don't deal a whole lot of damage if I remember correctly, and you really need to save MP, just go ahead and physically attack all the time and you'll eventually get them, especially if you're strong. The stronger you are, the better. When you first meet up with them in like the Mysidia overworld or whatever, you might not be able to pull that off at all because of how strong they are, or rather how weak you are comparatively. But now that we've been fighting them for a while, and they're really old enemies and pretty weak, comparatively, it's worth a shot. Alright, here we have a treasure chest full of ghosts, who I believe are weak to fire. They heal up when they attack you, so that's pretty annoying. They have the curse ability, which, oh man, that did a ton to Guy, holy crap. Yeah, these guys are pretty heavy hitters. I don't know what Curse does in this game. I want to say it, like, decreases your damage by half, or something like that. I'm not really sure. I've never really had a trouble with Curse at all. Okay, well, they go down in one hit, pretty much. They're just really heavy hitters, so we're going to need to heal up after this battle. The Guy especially took a ton of damage, but he is a tank. Furion's also becoming quite the tank as well. But he's also dealing so much damage. Those wing swords are amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rid of that curse, just because I hate having status effects on my party members, even if I don't notice the effects of them, really. Oh well. I know in other games, curse has either been something to, like, lock you out of your special abilities, but the thing is, this game really doesn't have special abilities other than, like, magic, but that's it. Or it's been something that'll, like, cut your attack in half. So, I don't know. Okay, there was a room back there that had 4 treasure chests. I'd very much so like to get to that. But first, we have an actual room with 3 other treasure chests. And the crystal rod, which we were actually looking for. That's good. Okay, randomly just right there. Okay, so we got the crystal rod, we got a couple magic tomes that I won't use. And we had a random encounter right in front of the crystal rod, too. That's actually kind of funny. But apparently I don't care too much about those 4 treasure chests. So I didn't get the blood sword, which is unfortunate. It is a really good item that you might want to get. In fact, you should strongly consider getting. But I didn't. I believe there is another blood sword in the game somewhere though, so I should be fine. Okay, so we teleported out of there. I still don't really get why teleport leaves you with minimal HP, but that's okay. Okay, so since this is a 100% run, I do this thing where I run around the map for a while and run into enemies in the area that I missed the first time through. And among them, right on the way back, I ran into the Flying Ray, which we hadn't run into before. And he's super weak, nothing to worry about at all. Okay, so I wonder what percent my Bestiary is at. I honestly don't know at all. But, oh well, we're just gonna continue on. With Crystal Rod in hand, I believe our next stop is the Tower of Mysidia. Freaking Mysidia all over the place, man. First the town, now the... think of words. First the town, now the tropical island, or the isle. And now this tower. The Mysidians are everywhere, man. And they're also in Final Fantasy IV, too. They're everywhere! They're invading. Okay. There's actually been a lot of talk, I guess I can talk about this, of how the worlds of Final Fantasy II and IV are distinctly related. For instance, there are the Mysidians, and have we met those characters yet? Yeah, we have. The Dragoons, namely, at Deist. One of the sons says that he's going to be a great Dragoon like his father, and I don't know whether the game has told us yet or not. But what's interesting, I guess I can say it now, because it's not too much of a spoiler, really. But the boy's father was named Rickard, or, well, it's supposed to be Richard, but because of the game's character limit, they can only keep it to 6 characters, so it's Rickard. And Kane's father, in Final Fantasy IV, I believe, I'm incredibly sure, that Kane's father's name is Richard. So that's another thing that it could be a reference, or it could be another tie between these two worlds. Also, this looks pretty cool for Game Boy Advanced graphics. We were heading to the Tower of Mysidia, but it would appear that we were sucked up into the ocean. And who would have known, but the ocean looks like guts underneath it. Alright. So here we have some enemies, the Sea Dragon and Boltfish. They do damage and stuff, and that's about it. The sound is desynced for whatever reason, I don't get why. That's unfortunate. But yeah, they take damage, do stuff. I believe the Sea Dragon has a tsunami spell, which will hurt all your party members for a little bit. But that's about it. Yeah, this whole, like, desync thing is really, like, messing with my head right now, honestly. Okay, so we have what I'm guessing is stomach acid on the floor there, and basically that'll just deal a little bit of damage to you every single time you walk over it. So just keep an eye on your HP every once in a while. We're gonna go ahead and give the Twist Headband to Maria now. And also, unfortunately, Layla, or Leela, or whatever her name is, however you want to pronounce it really, Leela reminds me of the Futurama character, so I'm gonna go with Layla, I think. Pretty sure that's what I was pronouncing it as before as well. She was lost in the whirlpool, which is very unfortunate, because she was turning out to be a pretty good party member, and now we're down to just us 3, faring against the depths of underwater, which, again, apparently looks like guts and organs and whatnot, and there's stomach acid. And that's the strangest looking door in the world, I gotta be honest. Okay, so I believe just on this floor there's the enemy Manta Ray, which is why I went back real quick to fight against it. Oh, Boltfish can use Thunderbolt, I forgot about that. Although that makes sense, considering it is called the Boltfish. So we fought the Flying Ray earlier, now it's the Manta Ray. I don't believe the Manta Ray has any special qualities either. It's just kind of there. A lot of the enemies in this game really don't have any special abilities or qualities or anything. And they just have HP, attack, and whatnot. Although this game was originally made for the NES, so that kind of makes sense. They didn't have much room to give the enemies a whole bunch of various abilities or anything like that and make them interesting. It's a wonder we got so many enemies, honestly. If you look at other RPGs at the time, like Dragon Quest was another major one, which didn't have too many enemies, at least compared to this, I would say. And a lot of their enemies were reskins or whatnot, whereas this one, there are a ton of reskins, yeah, but they also have a ton of different sprites as well. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Okay, so we're nearing the end here, just gonna kill this Manta Ray now, whose dealing quite a bit of damage to Maria, so I'm guessing he's just a really hard hitter and doesn't have any spells or anything like that, is my guess. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna have to heal up. Maria's everything is increasing, guys. Couple things increased. Okay, that's that. So I believe that's actually all of the enemies in this area. Also, it's still really weird how when you flash because of the stomach acid damage, the other people also flash. I mean, I guess that is a bit of a shortcut in programming that, but it still looks kind of odd and funny. But it's really not that big of a deal, honestly. It just kind of throws you into a bit of a loop. Okay, so we got the power armlet, which increases strength and defense a little bit. We're gonna give stuff to other people. That seems good. Okay, and here we have a dragoon-looking guy. So let's go ahead and show him the crystal rod. Yes. Oh, so this guy was after the Ultima Tome as well, but he didn't even have the crystal rod. We have it. Okay, so there's a boat up ahead. That's good. And this is Rickard, which is why I was kind of hesitant to reveal his name or not. But yep, this is Rickard, the father of that boy that we met at Diced Castle. He is the last remaining dragoon. So he has very good in swords and spears. I believe he starts out with a spear of some kind, flame lance, that's what it's called. So I'm going to keep him on spears. Do I have another spear here to give him? I have another flame lance. Okay, there we go. I like having double weapons on my characters just so they deal more damage and kill things quicker. So that's good. I mean, mathematically, it's probably better to have a shield on there because you're able to block 10% of attacks with the shield. And so you'll save yourself a lot of damage. But it also makes battles go slightly slower because you're not dealing as much damage. And personally, I'm really impatient. And so I think I'd rather just get through battles quicker, even if it does mean I'm going to be taking more damage in the long run. That's okay with me. Okay, so now we have purple stomach acid, which is entirely more dangerous, and by that I mean I don't think there's any difference at all. I mean, maybe you take more damage, but it's still not that much. Also, Rickard barely has any health on him, only 581. That's kind of surprising considering he's a dragoon, and Furion and Guy both have mid-2000s each. Okay, Gaia Blade does increase damage, so we're going to go ahead and give that to him. I never determined whether the Wing Blade ignores defense or not. Sometimes it seems like it does, but then it doesn't do any damage to enemies like the Jelly guys, which if it did ignore defense, it should do like normal damage to all of them, but it doesn't. So I don't know, maybe I was just getting really lucky or something. Okay, so we have this worm guy blocking the ship, which is luckily fully repaired and whatnot. It wasn't broken at all. Okay, so we have the round worm, only one of them, nothing really a big deal at all, just attack him really, we'll get him down in like a couple turns. Okay, doing sizable damage, Guy not doing a whole lot still, Rickard doing a surprisingly low amount. I mean, it seems like he should be stronger at this point in the game, even though he's a new party member, he should have like about 2000 HP and be doing damage close to what at least Guy is doing, but I don't know. Maybe they didn't really balance the game at this point, or maybe I'm just way overpowered. And Rickard just died in a single hit. That is definitely something that shouldn't happen, but it did, so we're just gonna have to deal. But yeah, maybe I'm just way overpowered because I keep on searching for certain enemies and then I go through more battles because of that. So Rickard didn't gain any levels or anything like that because of it, but he's with us still, he's just slightly dead. Okay, so upon that we get a brand new ship, or maybe it's our old one, it's probably a brand new one, and sudden cut. So with that we have completed the Leviathan dungeon, and in the next one we could head into the Tower of Mysidia for real. So I will see you all then, goodbye.